Good morning, guys. How are you? Great. You check the theory and the videos about the sanitation system. Okay, guys, follow me. Sanitation system and freshwater system is pretty similar. It's plumbing. And once again, what is the secret when you install freshwater elements and sanitation system elements? What is the secret?
The correct like pipes and stuff.
This is one, but the most important.
Correct pump.
This is important.
Where you put the tank.
Pressure or the flow?
No, this is important, too important, but the most important.
Pump size.
The tank below the water line?
Where is located the water line? And where will be located my toilet, for example? Where will be located my holding tank? Below the water line, over the water line? Why the water line is too critical in that particular case? Pay attention. Suppose that I have this toilet below the water line and the same toilet over the water line. What is the difference in the installation of both of them?
Gravity.
The anti-siphon device. The anti-siphon device. In which one you need anti-siphon device? Below the water line. In what part of the installation you need the anti-siphon device?
Before the septic tank?
Before okay, in both sides.
Yeah.
Before the water enter. For example, this is a manual toilet. You are familiarized with this, no? You are familiarized with this. You have a fresh water here coming from the fresh water tank, or in some cases, a lot of people use those toilets with salt water. Salt water here or fresh water. Okay? But it's clean water. It's clean water. Doesn't matter if it's salt water or fresh water. Okay, clean water here, and here you have a diaphragm pump. No? It's a diaphragm. And the diaphragm, what is the idea? When you introduce the water here, you have here two options: dry or flush. Yeah? Okay. You put in flush and fill the bowl. Half level. When you pump it, what happens? You pump it, the solid with the water, and here you have in the output solid with water mixed. This is the typical manual toilet. It's too simple. And where you send that water, black water? In some cases, you send into the holding tank. No? That's the recommendation. In other cases, you send into the treatment equipment. After that, the treatment equipment collect in the holding tank, and after that, with a macerator pump, you pump it out. Or here, with the Y valve, you have the feeding to connect in the marina and suction the black water. Everybody follow me? If this toilet is installed below the water line, I need two considerations. It is below the water line. The water coming in, fresh water, should be with an anti-siphon. And this discharge should be with anti-siphon, and after that into the holding tank. Both of them. That's it. In both of them. In both sides. You like it? Difficult that no, because it's located below the water line. What happened if the toilet is located below the water line and I don't have anti-siphon at the input?
You just keep putting water.
I can't overfill the bowl, and that's oh no. Okay, and okay, that's important, no? For that reason, at the input. What happens if I don't have anti-siphon at the output, guys? Excuse me.
The holding tank will back up.
Yeah, in some cases I have back solid coming in. That's not good. For that reason, that's important. Okay, what happens if this toilet is over the water line? No problem. I don't need anti-siphon in any of those. That's nice, no? And the recommendation is the holding tank should be located at the bottom as possible, below the level of all the toilets. That's it. The holding tank. The holding tank.
Do you mean, like, because some of those toilets and some center consoles and stuff, it's literally built right under the toilet. Is that like what you mean, or under the deck? Like,
Under. Yeah.
Look like low.
Yeah, and some of them they have integrated their own tank.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a potty.
Porta potty.
Porta potty. Yeah.
Dropping it right in there.
Okay, this is the manual. Ask him.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna do when it gets clogged up such a small?
Which one?
tube?
Oh, that one?
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, for that reason. No, my friend, for that reason, try to talk with your lady, with your wife, with your girlfriend. Mommy, no papers here. No, 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 no. Because after that, I am the responsible to clean. You say, bye, 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 papi. Bye, bye. And the boat is full of caca. No? No, this is the problem when you have boat. Sunday, in the afternoon, everybody, hi, Lopez, thank you. Mwah, mwah. And I clean the rest of caca. That's not good.
Emblems are the worst as well. Emblems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bloodfish sharks.
Clean the boat is not only externally, it's the engines, blocks the engine. Oh, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Wow. It's, yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's the manual toilet. Now we are going to talk about, this is an electric toilet. Look at this toilet. This is internally the pump, the electric motor and the macerator pump. This toilet have motor and macerator pump integrated. Mr. Lopez, but I have another macerator pump. Yeah, you can install another one over there. But here in the toilet you have a macerator, and you see the blades over there. No, in this crystal. Yeah, you have macerator pump here and an electric pump. And you have the handle with two positions. No, the first position is for what?
Fill.
Dry flush.
Yeah, to fill with water. And the second one?
Flush.
To flush.
Don't they have dry flush options as well, so you don't have
Yeah.
to add water?
Yeah, yeah. In those cases, in the first position is that.
Can you explain vacuum flush as well?
Yeah, right now I am going to explain. Okay.
You hit yourself.
No. Okay, that element inside have a couple of relay, no, to fill the bowl of the toilet. Okay, that fresh water is coming from the fresh water system. It's other outlet for the fresh water system. But the water enter only when you allow in the first position. If not, the water not enter. That's the safety element. You feel, you see, when the level reached, when the water reached the level, no more. Yeah? Okay, and the second one, you activate what? The pump and suction, negative pressure. And you have those four cables. Look at this, it's a black, it's a white, yellow, blue, and black. And those the three cables, yellow, blue, and white, are for the solenoids here. The red for the positive bus bar and the black for the negative bus bar. And the positive bus bar receives the power from one breaker in the DC panel. The breaker is toilets. With that breaker, you send power not only for this toilet, for all the toilets. You have 5 toilets for the 5 toilets. Yeah, with that breaker, no? And each toilet have your own bus bar. That's clear? Okay. Now I flush black water. Black water is water with solids. And you have different options. I am going to explain this option, and after that we are going to add other equipment here, the vacuum generator. But normally this is one of the installations. The water with solids enter in the electro scan. What is the electro scan? It's a treatment equipment. Remember that there are 3 types of sanitation systems. Sanitation system type 1, type 2, and type 3. Type 1 is what, according with the book? It's when the people
Don't do anything.
send the black water directly outside. That's not good. No treatment. Oh, no. Treatment type 2 is with a medium treatment, like this. It's accepted. And type 3 is with a high sophisticated treatment of black water and separation of solids and water and purification of water. This is type 3. This is basically in mega yachts, in cruise boats. In pleasure boats, we have the second level. It's with a medium treatment. That's okay? All right. In this element, you have 3 compartments. You remember in the book, in the video, the aeration, the ventilation, and other one. 3 compartments internally. And finally, in the output of this equipment, you have water. It's black water, but with the solids pulverized. It's powder, no? And it's collected here in the holding tank. Here you have 2 options. You can send that water, black water, purified here directly into the tank, or if you select in the white valve, you can send that water out directly overboard. That's okay? Great? It's clear, my friends? Question until that point.
There's laws about where you can dump that as well, right?
Yeah.
It's 3 miles.
3 miles, no?
Yeah, U.S. law.
I think so.
But depend of the state and because in different states they have different regulation, but it's around 3 miles approximated. And I don't know what is the penalty if you discharge in 10,000. In the Caribbean, it's incredible. A lot of items that they don't follow rules, no? It's a lot of,
Yeah. Hades worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
For example, one of my students in the past, he is living in the catamaran. I don't know if you remember the guy. You remember Jolly?
Yeah.
Jolly and other guy with the long hair.
The younger guy?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
He is living he is in this moment in Curacao, but he's going to Brazil. Right there. It's nice. And he sent yesterday a gallon of the fuel over there in Curacao. Is fuel emulsified with water.
Yeah.
And the guys in Curacao say, no, this is good fuel.
Mm.
No, but now you say it's good fuel, a lot of water over there. No, but this is the fuel here, and all the boats are okay. No, that's not true. And they say, you can let that fuel 1 day and the water is not separated. This is an indication that it's a good fuel, because they added additives, and the additives keep the water emulsified with the fuel. And they said, show to me the water separated. Where is the water?
Hydrogen boat.
And you let the no water separated. Probably it's good fuel. No. It's fuel emulsified with water because they added additives. That's not good. Incredible, no? And at the end of the day, the injectors and the fuel system will be damaged.
Yeah, everything runs like shit.
Yeah. And with the gasoline, the same, no?
Yeah.
A lot of ethanol, no?
I've had.
Wow. And for the outboard, the water and ethanol, that's catastrophic for the carburetor, for the fuel pumps. No, that's not good.
The discharge is 9 miles on the Gulf and 3 miles Atlantic Ocean, and the fee is $250 for discharge of raw sewage.
You have to
And
pay
then-
to discharge it no matter where you are.
No,
if
that's
you
like
fine.
out, far out.
You still, oh, that's a fine, or?
The fine if you're non-compliance is $50 or $250 civil penalty, and then another $50 infraction. But if you pump it out somewhere, it's $40. Like the just regular fee to pump your boat out is
Pump out
$40. Yeah. Unless you're like a member of the marine or whatever, then you
Right.
get.
Yeah, then just suck it out, right?
My friend, in this chapter, I have a lot of videos that I added videos where in how they pump the water, the black water. Check the videos, please, because this is basically a complement to that information. And in some cases, some people install here in between the toilet and the treatment equipment the vacuum generator. The vacuum generator is a vacuum pump that helps to suction a solid with plastic, with paper, and but the enemy in the boat is the papers, and because the people throw papers in the toilet and destroy the blades of the macerator pump and destroy everything. The papers are the enemy. Yeah.
Is it in all toilets you're not supposed to put toilet paper?
No
Or is it
paper.
Like the type 1 and type 2?
Nah, toilet paper is paper. Doesn't matter if it's type 1, type. Some people say, it's a green toilet. No, green, it's paper.
The biodegradable one.
Yeah, it's.
The ones that you wipe in your fingers.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
One fly.
Well, like, because there's the ones that like you put in the water and just disappear.
You may as
But
well
it's
hang your
like-
ass to the side.
But
There you go.
Takes forever.
Efficiency.
but at the end of the day, disappears in the moment. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, collect
They collect back
in one
up.
place. Yeah. If you wait a little, you see the Y on the.
Keep the valve
One of
open,
those,
just
what are those
straight out.
things called? Where you install and it shoots water up your ass?
I remember one one
Yeah,
of
I got
my
installed
first
bidet on the
jobs in a marina some years ago, 200 years ago, was in a boat. A couple of toilets clogged the system, and the tank was completely clogged. And they said, okay, your job is with those. No, we need to remove 3 toilets, separate the membranes, remove the caca, replace the membrane. Oh no! And after that, remove the hash in the bilge and cut it the walls of the stainless steel tank, and remove all of those solid caca out and insert over there a new plastic tank. I remember I smelled caca in my hair for 2 months.
Just get rid of the tank.
That's-
I would quit.
If you're, did they pay you good?
Excuse me?
Did they pay you good for that job?
He built in fiberglass other things over there. That was impossible. The only solution was cut it, those and insert a new one. Okay, it's clear that that situation. What is the function of the Y valve?
To either pump it out,
Send it out.
marina
Pump it
or-
out or send it into the holding tank. In some cases, you see they have a hole here to put a
Firewire?
yeah,
Safety wire.
to avoid that the people move it. The Coast Guard, they verify that you have a lock here.
So you can't dump it overboard?
When they visit the boat, they in the inspection, where is the white valve? And they verify that the lock is over there to avoid that you pump it out. All right, but there are a lot of good tricks to pump it out. Yeah, you know that. Okay, this is
Full throttle and
The
open it
macerator pump goes out from there.
yeah, and the macerator pump to send it
up. Oh,
out.
that's a stream of caca.
My friend, what is the service on the electro scan? Can you check in Google and you explain to them? Electrolysis. What is electrolysis? To separate, no. Electrolysis. What is the meaning of electrolysis? Yes, at the end of the day, then there's no.
Chemical decomposition produced by passing an electrical current through a liquid or solution containing ions.
Yeah, okay. For example, will be evaporated and I collect the oxygen in one plastic hose and other container and I collect the hydrogen in other one with electrolysis. Yeah? The electrolysis can be used to separate the molecules in liquids. For example, in salt water, I pass current over there and I can separate the solid in the bottom and the chlorine. Yeah, because it's sodium and chlorine. You remember? And NaCl. No, you remember the formula. With electrolysis, you can separate ions, the cathodes and the anodes separated. Yeah, you pass the current over there, and suddenly the elements are separated. you can use electrolysis in different ways. Let me explain something. You hear a lot about the new hydrogen engines, no? And the people say, oh, my car is a new car, it's an expensive car, it's not electric, it's not hybrid, it's a hydrogen car. Oh, wow, that's special. Where you buy the hydrogen? Oh, yeah, I need special cylinders of hydrogen, and the hydrogen is expensive. It's not easy. You don't have gas station with hydrogen, no? That's the problem. But how can you get hydrogen? No, my car is a robot, it's intelligent. I put water in that container, and my car produce your own hydrogen. Oh wow, how? No, the water, the container receive electrical current and produce electrolysis, and the electrolysis separates oxygen and hydrogen. And the hydrogen is collected in that bottle, the oxygen in the other one, in the wing, and the hydrogen is collected in that bottle. When the pressure of the hydrogen reaches the pressure recommended, that hydrogen enters in the common rail, and I have the hydrogen fuel for my engine. It's a gasoline engine, but right now, instead of gasoline, use hydrogen coming from that electrolysis process. Nice, no? And then the people say it's a water engine. No, it's not a water engine. The water enter in that container with electrolysis, separate the hydrogen and the oxygen, and now with the hydrogen, you start the engine, or you run the engine. Now it's clear, the hydrogen engine?
Do you still use any gasoline at all, like the mixture?
No, in that particular case, that engine no use gasoline.
So just switches?
It's pure hydrogen.
Oh, okay.
Pure hydrogen. But this is a great analysis. Some manufacturers, they recommend start the engine with gasoline and run the engine for a couple of minutes with gasoline, and after that they select a switch, and the switch say transfer. In that transfer process is other 15 minutes work with a mixture, gasoline and hydrogen. And finally, after 15 minutes is pure hydrogen. And you run the rest of the day with hydrogen. At the end of the day, at the end of the trip, the recommendation is return to hybrid mode, is gasoline with the hydrogen, and run the engine with that and stop the engine. This is the process. Every day is more sophisticated depending on the manufacturer. But at the end of the day, the engines and the cars, they say it's hydrogen car, it's a gasoline engine that is running with a mixture gasoline and hydrogen or pure hydrogen. But it's a gasoline engine.
So it's almost like the engine over at Caterpillar that we looked at. That goes
Correct.
off natural gas.
You remember that?
Can you do it? Because they're running theirs off of methane. Can you do it off of methane as well?
As well, yeah?
Yeah.
It's the same.
Right, but I wasn't sure.
The rockets of the Kennedy.
Yeah, but remember in Caterpillar, those
Very
engines,
volatile though.
those engines are spark engines,
Right.
like gasoline engines,
Yeah.
with a distributor and a spark, no? This is not a diesel engine. They lose externally because the color is yellow and it's like a Caterpillar engine, but it's not a diesel engine.
Right. And I was asking him about whether they could run off of hydrogen, but he said it wasn't viable because they're usually on the oil rigs
Oil rig.
offshore and they're already getting green gas from
Correct.
from blasting or whatever.
Correct. Nice, no? A lot of theory. I sent to you a video about the lithium batteries.
So yeah.
There are a lot of explosion of those lithium batteries, no? Yeah, I think that the lithium batteries are in the process. A lot of investigation, a lot of research every day, improve the batteries. The batteries are better every day, but we need work more on those batteries. Those batteries have great properties, of course, because those batteries store us a lot of energy, more than the lead acid batteries, a lot of energy, and release the energy in a proper way, not suddenly, not too fast. Those batteries are great. Lithium have a great properties. And they discovered some years ago, in the last 5 years, that the combination of phosphorus, phosphate, and lithium create a better alloy. And that alloy is superior. For that reason, today you founded lithium phosphate batteries, no? and those batteries are excellent in comparison with the pure lithium, no? And other guys in other countries in Europe, they discovered that the alloys of lithium with cadmium are great alloys to store as more energy. The inconvenience with those alloys is the rate of recharge, the battery charges that you need to recharge those batteries, those alloys, and the temperature. Because when you try to recharge too quick those batteries, the temperature increases dramatically, and the reaction in between the alloy and the electrolyte produces explosions, and this is the inconvenience. And there are a lot of cell phones that explode, cell phones with a lithium phosphate battery. Okay.
Electric cars, they don't use lithium, they use like beryllium or something.
Beryllium and other.
Do they have options for beryllium?
They are working on that, but beryllium is difficult to find.
Yeah,
It's
very
more
expensive.
expensive than the rest of the metals.
Drop it one time.
It's also more expensive.
And it's heavy. But especially the price is ridiculous. The price is.
China, that's why.
You know where are which countries have a lot of those?
China.
China number one, but the number one with a lot of lithium, beryllium,
Africa.
Iran.
Huh?
Iran.
The US has a lot, we just don't mine it.
Yeah.
Iran?
Yeah.
Iran.
But remember that the consumer number one is United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always number one.
Okay.
Except for in education.
Right.
Okay. Here, when you remove this nut, you found the electrode, because this is a reaction. This is the chemical reaction, electrolysis, to separate the solid, separate the water, and this is the electrode. When you have electrolysis process, you need always one metallic element inserted in the liquid to donate electrons and help in the process of flow of electrons. You need one donor, no? And the donor should be a metal with only 2 or 3 electrons in the last orbit. For that reason, the best is magnesium or zinc, because they have 2 electrons in the last orbit. They donate easily those electrons. Yeah? Yes, the anode here is in magnesium or is in zinc, and the service manual of this equipment recommend periodically remove here and replace the anode for a new one.
How often?
It depends how you use the equipment, but it's around 3 months. No? Okay, but depend on the use. This electro scan is 12 volts. It's simple, the installation. They have the control box here, the control panel with the 4 cables, white, orange, red, and black, and the display connected over there. You can connect additional displays for start-stop, to start-stop manually the system, or you can let that one in automatic, and the system start automatically. Immediately the system receive water from any toilet, start, and separate the particles and stop by itself. You can let in automatic mode or in manual mode, and you start and stop here, remove it. So,
You were talking about earlier to turn on the activate, like the toilet vacuum, that you just switch the toilet switch. But with that, like, does it also have the water pump and everything connected to that breaker? Because I know for certain boats you have to do the freshwater system, switch the freshwater system on, you switch the vacuum flush on, you do the toilet switch as well, and then you can use the toilet. Otherwise, it won't work properly.
yes, I am not familiarized with that, but I promise for tomorrow I investigate. Okay. Yeah, I know what is your question. Okay, but this after my homework. This is my homework. I love this system. It's not expensive. And when you have systems like this installed in your boat and a fire protection system, we are going to talk more about that, the insurance of your boat is reduced dramatically. But dramatically isn't dramatically. The price of the insurance is less if you have fire suppression system installed, if you have electro scan installed, if you have a CCTV cameras, and if you have a security system installed in the boat, and if you have a solenoid valve at the input of the fuel tanks installed with the emergency button. This is another factor to reduce the price of the insurance. This is
tractors.
correct. Nice, no? But the price of the insurance is reduced dramatically in comparison with a boat with no safety factors. Okay. In the future, try to spend money in your boat in those safety factors. It's incredible. I have a Subaru, and the Subaru have a lot of safety factors, safety elements, and I received some months ago a check of $250, and they said this is money back for you because your Subaru, the safety factors are superior in comparison with other cars, other models. Nice. Was a surprise for me because, and after that I checked in the manual, and it's a lot of cameras, a lot of sensors. You are driving that car. If you approximate too fast to other cars, they brake, they apply the brakes for you. And,
I don't like that.
but not completely, not completely. But a lot of alerts. No, at the beginning I was, no, I don't like that, but now I like it because it's good. When you are checking the phone, the car check if you are checking the phone, and it sends to you. But the amount of accidents reduced, believe me, is a lot. It's a lot. No, I know.
It's like Teslas that you're out of sauce.
Exactly.
Thanks, no.
You don't like that, I know.
I remember when they first came out and the dude jumped in the passenger seat saying that he wasn't drunk, the car was drunk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, all right, but this is the situation.
The car's drunk, not me.
Okay, I don't recommend use salt water in sanitation system. Why?
Corrosion.
Yeah, it's not good. The odor, and
Macerators.
especially if you have a small leak in any of those hoses,
Oh yeah.
that odor penetrates the boat for the rest of the life. That's impossible to eliminate that odor in the boat. There are wonderful boats, and the odor inside is catastrophic. And they added perfumes, they add. No, my friend. Yeah. The solution is sell the boat. Yeah. Sell the boat because
Sink the boat.
it's practically impossible to eliminate those odors. My friend, don't forget those colors. You remember the color that we use in the twin taps? Can you refresh?
Blue, yellow.
Blue and yellow for the motor, and
Green,
red
red.
and green for the solenoid. You remember?
What about orange?
No, over there we don't have orange.
Trim tabs?
No.
Really?
Yeah. We don't
I was
have.
doing switches the other day. And
No, it's yellow. Yellow, blue for motor,
Oh yeah, it was yellow.
and red and green.
Hotline.
It's because we use orange because we don't have a yellow cable.
Okay,
You remember?
yeah.
That was your conclusion. That color code should be for the rest of the life. The rest of the life. What happens if I open the console in any type of boat and I have blue cable, light blue,
Black?
light blue.
You open a panel?
Oil pressure. I have a tan color, brown tan.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Temperature gauge. Gray color cable, gray. Excuse me? the signal of the tachometer. That cable have a AC current. How much is the current on that cable, the green cable, gray cable, sorry? How much is the voltage on that cable? It's an AC signal coming from the tachometer. It's around 25 volts AC, no DC, AC. Okay, and of course the purple cable is ignition, no? The yellow-red, starting, no? Okay, and brown with the yellow strip. Okay, the brown is for manual operation of the bilge pumps, and brown with yellow for automatic.
I've seen a lot of people do wash on pumps with brown and yellow.
Yeah, also. Excuse me?
Brown with white. or something.
With white or brown with yellow, depending. The European is brown with white. You need to be familiarized with those color codes, and yeah.
I think I sent one time to a group chat. There's a website with all the color codes.
Oh, nice.
If they got it.
Maybe share in the WhatsApp group. That's the website. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, you need to be familiarized with the color code. Remember, my friend, that the new boats from 1995 until today, they eliminate the black in the negative DC. So it's yellow. It's yellow instead of black.
Negative or
In negative. No. No, pay attention. That's
Got some boats fucked up right now.
look, for example, in macerator pumps, my friends, look, in macerator pumps, the power, the positive is not red, it's orange. You see? It's orange. What other cable is orange? The output of the alternator. You remember? And that orange cable is going to the output of the alternator where? The orange cable to the ACR. To the ACR. No, this is orange. Look at this. The power in these pumps is black with the orange, and in some cases it's black with yellow instead of orange with yellow instead of black, to avoid confusion with the black hotline of the AC panel. Okay, don't forget, orange is in this particular case. And what about the pink?
Fuel.
Is for fuel, the sensor, no? The sensor, the fuel sensor. One other color, green is look at this. This is a DC pump. You have a black and red, or black and orange in this particular case, or yellow instead of black. That's for the power. And additionally, because this is metallic, you need another cable from the case of this green color into the bonding. The people say, no, the DC don't need bonding. Okay, don't bond them, and this is the consequence. You see? Don't bond it, the DC, and this is the consequence. You need one cable here from the case into the bonding system.
So where do you put it on that one?
That's correct. That's correct. This is a freshwater pump. Exactly the same, because it's not bonded.
Where do you ground it on that one? Because all those screws are going to be.
Okay, look at this. Here on those screws. My friend, every metal inside of the boat. No, Mr. Lopez, I don't need that one because this one is over this plastic and the water line is here. Papi, it's inside of the boat. That's it. It's metallic. Should be connected to the bonding. No, because it's DC. Doesn't matter if AC or DC. It's metallic. Should be connected to the bonding. That's clear, my friend? My friend, look, I make a lot of money every day in my business with the topic of corrosion, because the people make a lot of mistakes. Only with recommendation. Hey, my friend, don't connect this. That's it. The bonding in the boat is catastrophic. What is the most common mistake? Bad bonding. The housing of the equipment is not properly connected to the bonding system. This is the next class. We are going to talk a lot about that. Okay, and this is a wonderful topic. I hope you enjoyed that class. That class is a lot of theory, a lot of chemistry, but believe me, will be very, very, very important for you in the future, the corrosion class. Believe me.
Have you ever gone to someone's boat and their bonding was had hot going through it? Like, and it was just like messing everything up?
Correct. I have a, when I talk with the captain, I have a boat that I want to visit with you to show that situation. Let me talk with him to visit the boat in Lauderdale Mountain Center.
I have a boat right now that I work on, but he won't fix the bonding system. It's all corroded, and he won't do it. And everything's literally corroding away on the engines.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, but he won't do it.
The corrosion is the enemy.
He's too cheap.
Yeah.
I replace one bonding wire, and I go to undo something, and it snaps the other one because it's all corroded out. And I told him he needs all new bonding, and he won't pay for it. He won't do it. He said it's okay.
It's okay.
Pay for it long enough.
But he's trying to. It's always you'll see a lot in the industry is, oh, just do this because I'm gonna sell the boat. It's always that, and then 8 months later, hey, go ahead and do this, but I'm gonna sell the boat, so don't do this.
That's correct.
And it's always that. They always just do the quick fix for then and there.
And I found it that a big conflict in between the European boats and the American boats, because the European boats, they consider that their boats, the European boats, they will not be corroded. Why? The corrosion, no, oh, you are European, I can corrode you. You are American, I'm going to corrode you. No, corrosion is corrosion. And oxygen is oxygen, no? And they say, no, pay attention. For example, the leopard catamarans, they say they are coming originally new ones with no bonding. Wow, no bonding in new catamarans, 2022, new catamarans. Okay, and excuse me, why you consider that your boats don't need a bonding system? Oh, because if you see, Mr. Lopez, check the boat, all of our through holes are plastic. We don't have a metallic through hole. Okay, we don't have metallic through hole, but what about the transmission, the lower unit of the engine? What about this? All of those, the anchor, all of those are metals. No, they don't need that protection. You can check the boat of Jolly. Yesterday I posted a wonderful book, video about the analysis of corrosion and the solar system installation in an other Leopard 40 of other guy. I'm going to send the link this afternoon. Please check that video. And the boat is an old boat, 10 years ago, and they installed bonding system because the anchor was fully corroded, the toilets, the cabinets, everything inside was destroyed for no bonding. Originally it's coming with no bonding. Of course, 5 years later it's completely eroded, it's completely corroded. If you buy those boats, you need to implement the bonding system, connect, bonded everything, connect the sinks to drain the current. Yeah, and but the European consider that in electrical current, European current, you don't have corrosion. That's ridiculous. Corrosion is corrosion, and corrosion affects any type of current. Later we are going to talk. That course will be nice, and this year the course will be better because I have more information for you in the course of 2022. I hope you enjoy that wonderful class. Basically the sanitation system is powered with a DC current. You have normally one breaker in the DC panel, the breaker for toilets, and or for a sanitation system, the label of the breaker. And when you activate that breaker, you activate different positive bus bar. Positive bus bar for the toilets and positive bus bar for the electro scanner, the electro scan, that equipment. It's basically an electrolysis equipment to separate solids and water. That's it. That's not complicated. And that element have the display, and the display have a codes. And with the codes, the display indicate that you need to replace the anode, that you need to flush the system. Each year it's good idea, open and flush the system, clean the system, and install new sacrificial anode. The most important part in this equipment are the current. For that reason, they have a big positive and negative terminals to produce the process of electrolysis with the electrode. It's not complicated. Can I invent one electroscanner? Yes, it's too simple. It's a plastic container, and you install one electrode in zinc or magnesium, and you install current in that electrode, and the current flow in the water and accelerate the process. They discovered that when the toilet use instead of fresh water, when the toilet use salt water, the electroscan work better, separate the solid better. Why?
More.
Because salt water is better conductor of electricity. Salt water have a lot of minerals and improve the flow of electrons and separate better the solid with the water. That's the advantage. And they say that this system is superior the performance when it's working with toilets working with salt water. With fresh water, the process of separation is slow.
But you would have to do a service to the anode a lot more, right? Because it would corrode.
Of course,
faster.
because it's eroded easily. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing to, like if you toss a tool in there, it take the rust off?
For what?
If you put a tool in there, like a rusty
It's
tool,
exactly
it
the
take
same. Yeah, it's exactly
it's
the
the same thing. Yeah.
You clean the tool.
So to buy one of those, you get a battery. Put your tools in there.
You can put your finger in.
Put your tools in there and then clean your tools
Remind the
with the
shit.
electrical scale.
Now it's clear
no rust.
the electrolysis process
else on
will be used the electrolysis process for a lot of procedures to clean, basically to clean. There are in the factories, Ford Motor Company, General Motors, when they finish the construction of the body or the construction of the chassis, they introduce the chassis in a solution and they pass a current and they clean the metals, and after that they paint it because it's completely clean with electrolysis. Electrolysis is a great electrical process to flow of electrons and to accelerate the process of removal of parts. Nice, no? What?
I said get rid of your grandmother's mustache, electrolysis.
Oh, okay.
Put a face
Sleep
mask.
on laser.
Yeah.
removal.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, great. I am going to prepare for tomorrow the theory about the fire suppression system, and we are going to talk about that system. It's another system that is easy to install, and every day they have new products for the halo used in the dispersion. Basically, what you need in that process is eliminate the amount of oxygen in the engine room. If you eliminate the oxygen, the fire finishes. No? And there are a lot of techniques to do that, but the idea is reduce the amount of oxygen and the fire will be suppressed immediately. The fire increase because the oxygen. You need a cover. When you cover with the foam or those elements, you create a bubble, and the bubble eliminates the possibility of intrusion of more oxygen. For example, who is taking the welding class? Okay. You know the MIG and the TIG. The argon create a bubble around the area of the welding area, and the bubble is due to intrusion of oxygen. The oxygen no attack the area, and the welding area is perfect. It's clean. You can weld better. The argon is a noble gas. No, it's inert. No react with other ones, and create a bubble. And you move it. The gun. You create a welding area perfect, clean with no oxygen. Of course, immediately you finish, you need to remove particles and protect to eliminate that to avoid that the oxygen attack that area. My friends, this is the theory for today. I know more theory. But check the video.
Plumbing.
And thank you. See you tomorrow.